Okay. Is this the moment he takes his rightful place? Yay! I'm so excited. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylee and I'm back with another episode of Apothecary Diaries. So much to go off of last episode. We had a little bit of a break before that last one. And so we were just all wondering like what is going on with Maomao, right? Because the previous episode had really gone through Jinshi's investigation, finding out the secret about Lolan / Shisui, and we hadn't really caught up with Maomao and what was going on in the Fox Village. Now we know that Shisui is essentially just still playing the best friend role, which to me is kind of strange, and I have very mixed feelings about Shisui. It does seem, obviously, based on what we saw, that there is a lot of trauma that was probably endured by her and her sister, and there's probably a deeper reason why they were kind of the pawns in this game to infiltrate the rear palace. But I still can't help but hold some resentment for the character. Just getting Maomao involved and bringing her in like this is just so like, ugh. And I know that she's not the only reason Maomao's involved, obviously. I did find the moment that Shisui asked about the hairpin very interesting, because to me, as someone who always knew every little thing that was happening in the rear palace, always had the tea, always was like caught up on the latest happenings, I just feel like she definitely knows whose hairpin that is and where Maomao got it. But she does give Maomao the opportunity to answer herself, which she doesn't. And this was definitely another case of Maomao being a completely unreliable narrator, because when Maomao contemplates giving it to Shisui, when Shisui asked if she would give it to her if she asked for it, Maomao's entire reasoning is that Jinshi is just kind of relentless and probably wouldn't let it go if she did give it to Shisui. But you can see on her face that she feels a little uneasy just about the thought of giving it away, and that right now it is definitely serving as some type of comfort item for her, which is why I was kind of like, I don't even know if I would show this to Shisui or tell her about it in the first place. I just don't trust her. But going with the theory that Shisui knows whose hairpin it is kind of interesting that she consistently brings up the value of it and making sure that Maomao keeps it close. And I just wonder if there's some sort of like underlying foreshadowing, or I don't know, some kind of hint that Shisui is trying to give Maomao about the hairpin, about who gave it to her, and maybe their connection to this whole thing. We also meet Shisui's mother, who has kind of been premised as this very bad person. Apparently used to throw hot water on Shisui if she didn't do hair well enough, right? Or give massages well enough, or whatever she had to do. The way Shisui was talking about it definitely made it feel like she was kind of a servant in her own home. And I don't know if that was in preparation for whatever scheme was going to happen at the rear palace, or if that was completely unrelated. I kind of feel like it's interesting that Maomao has been there basically 2 weeks and hasn't even really had an in-depth conversation with Shisui about why she brought Maomao there, or like what the situation is, or what they're trying to accomplish, or I don't know, why were you cosplaying as a servant when you were a concubine? Or why were you cosplaying as a concubine? I think Maomao is just very good at distancing herself mentally from things that she feels like could impact her or like drag her into drama that she doesn't need to be a part of. If you want to see the uncut version of this reaction, it will be over on Patreon, so I'll put the link in the description box below if you want to check that out. And now let's jump into the episode. Oh no. Yeah, she looks terrifying. And the, oh my gosh, and the envoy's there. Like on the real though, Maomao I feel like should have figured that out, but this could be a situation similar to like Jinshi's identity, where she has all the information, all of the dots, she's just not connecting them yet. That's kind of crazy though, because I kind of just assumed, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's happening. I'm very confused, because I thought that when she left the rear palace, like this whole act of Lolan would just be done. Oh. Oh my god. No, she is the worst. Oh my god, I forgot about the guns. Oh. No. Sorry, I forgot about the guns. I totally forgot about that. That is not shocking, but like it is shocking. I don't know how to explain it.
クス氏には見えないけど。
ええ、でもこう見えて弱い30を過ぎているのです。
Hmm? Oh.
どの薬が効くのか
What
わ
a
かりません
clever
が、不
lie.
老の妙薬につながるものを作れるのは確か。
不老の妙薬。
Oh my
前の男。
goodness. Wait, are they
そう、
trying to make an
なら仕方ないわね。
immortality potion?
ええ、
I'm intrigued about them too.
このクス氏も一緒に連れて行きましょう。私たちの
Oh
砦に。
no. This
死
is
水の
not
正体
good.
は皇太后様から隠れたり、大浴場でリーシュ妃に近づかなかったのも、自分がローラン妃だとバレないようにするためだろう。私から隠れなかったのは、マオマオを捕まえた時にローラン妃と気づかなかったから。見事、死水に化かされていたというわけ。
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. Maomao does this thing, right? She does this thing where she avoids the truth actively in her mind, and she purposefully does not put the pieces together because she doesn't want to either get involved or feel any type of way. With Shisui, I think she feels disappointed. Like she said, she played us all. I feel like she feels not embarrassed, but like she was really starting to care about this person and really look at her as like a sister, a friend, whatever, and enjoy her presence, and also feel, I think, a sense of like relatability to her because they have both very quirky interests. And now I think she feels betrayed, and she doesn't want to feel like that because I feel like that is a vulnerable feeling. I feel like she was just avoiding thinking about it because I don't know, it would make her feel some type of way.
ここまでお前を連れてくるつもりはなかった。私を姉として扱うのはあいつだけだよ。やはりそうか。
Hmm?
ローランは師匠の一人娘と聞いていた。シェンメイ様は私が憎くて仕方ないんだ。
Oh.
父師匠はもともと
Ugh.
死の一族の傍流に過ぎなかった。シェンメイ様は母と私を屋敷から追い出し、使用人としてこき使った。
Oh
そして私の名前に。
no.
もしかして死水というのは。ああ、元は私の名前だ。ローラン
No.
はその名前を気に入っているようですね。
That is kind of really. Oh my god. Okay, so Lolan is her actual name. Okay, this is kind of sad because it's making me feel empathy for these characters that I don't want to feel empathy for because I'm mad at them.
一方は蝶よ花よと育てられ、帝の花として献上される。そしてもう一方は官女として皇宮に送り込まれ暗躍する。そして先日のフェイファを使った襲撃事件も師匠が黒幕だったのだろう。
Okay,
高
we're
級管
putting
理者の
pieces
jinshi
together
様
now.
は高級のあり方を変えようとしていた。師匠のやり方に反するように。
No.
しかし
Girl,
それだけか。
come on.
ローランが価値があるといった感じ。
Wait, okay, I'm kind of nervous now that she's about to figure out way more than I thought she would in this episode. Okay, so she's got the pieces. They're rolling. Girl, you really think they would try to kill Jinshi just because he's trying to like put some schools in and teach girls how to read?
宦官ですらなかった。ならばjinshi様はどうやって入ったのか。高級に出入り自由な男子は帝かその縁者の。
Come on, Mao Mao.
その可能性も考えたが年齢が違う。
But you know the answer.
時
Come
折
on.
見せる幼い振る舞いが
You know the
本来
answer.
のjinshi。狩りの時に何か大事な話をしようとしていた気が。どうした？いえ、別に。
Is she gonna stop right here?
よし、この件はひとまず置いておこう。現状を把握するのが。
That is infuriating. She is infuriating. She got all the way there and she's just like, let's just put that aside for now. Let's not worry about that right now. Girl.
シェンメイは砦と言っていた。堅牢な城壁に囲まれ、背後にはガオシュン様は特使が宿舎から抜け出して何者かと取引していると疑う。あなたたちは戦を起こす気ですか？
Oh? A war?
それは私が決めることではない。戦か。大きく出たな。さて、
That is
どうするか。
nuts. That is not at all what I thought their goal was.
外は雪で。
But I guess how else would they take over what they feel like is rightfully theirs?
お、前のクスシが残した。
Okay, she keeps ending up in these very bad situations, but just getting blinded by like notes and herbs and poisons. Wait, they brought this kid too?
他にも子供たちは知っているのだろうか。大人たちは教えたのだろうか。人事だと割り切ってしまえばいいのに。
Don't do that. You do that far too often.
ここは笑うところ。母が父に憤っている。ここは一緒に怒るところ。私が人形でいればお母様は怒らない。これ以上醜くならない。がんじがらめで窮屈だけど、それでもいいと思っていた。
おい。神明様がお呼びだ。
Oh no.
クス氏を連れてきました。
不老の薬はまだかしら。
もう少しかかる。
Girl, she's been there for one day.
あらそう。明日は何か成果を出しなさい。
はい。
Result.
おい薬屋
Oh, there's a bunch of kids.
なんでしょうか、京羽さん。
神明様の部屋、他に女の人いなかった？
いましたね。
本当か？俺の母様がいるはずなんだけど。
どの方かわからないので、なんとも。
そっか。仕方ないよな。母様は仕事で忙しいらしいんだ。なんでもない。
No.
はい。あくまで数字から導き出される推測ですが、
Tell
師
us.
匠が治める北方の砦が拡張されている。元は放棄された砦でした。拡張工事に
Oh.
ついての届けは出されています。
Okay.
それなりに準備を整えているかと。早々に対処を。
何をやっているのだね、ラハン。
No. Oh no. They're so related.
軍師殿の娘かわいさを思えば来るのが遅かったくらいだ。
Yeah.
抜け穴のこと、消えた宦官のこと、死水という存在しない下女のこと、結果的にマオマオがさらわれた。
No.
俺の責任だ。
No.
変わらず我が娘がさらわれた。そしてそのお方は女一人どうなろうとは関係ないということでしょうかね。
嫌味なら聞きましょう。しかし敵は私ではなく。
I low key with that so hard. Like, thank you, Locken. Someone got mad. And you know what? I'm not like dismissing the fact that Jinshi went on a rampage. Locken's really not that bad. And this son of his is also kind of great. I don't know.
何をしているのかと言ってい
That's
る
a
んです。
great question.
本来の自分の立場に自信を持つことができず、そこから逃げ出してこの地位にあぐらをかいた。
半端な仕事をして、それで何事もうまくいくとでも。
Oh my god, he's really calling him out.
あん野郎のままで何ができるというんです。
Oh.
おじき。
Oh no. This is the first time I've seen Locken like unsettled.
私だって好きで宦官になったわけじゃないんだけどね。
Oh no.
しかもまともに歩けないし、
Oh
今だ
no.
って贅沢にもカゴに乗せてもらって。
間に合った。
お前は頭に来るとすぐ攻撃的になる。することも大切だよ。
Wait, did they go get
分かってる
Loman?
よ、おじき。なる前にちゃんと礼を持って伝えるべきことがあるんじゃないかね。
Okay, Loman. Wow. He can move
お願い
mountains.
に参りました。軍を動かしていただきたいと。
死の一族は数年前より新型のフェイファを製造しているようです。フェイファを用いた暗殺。これは宦官人士に対する礼ではない。国に対する反逆の罪で師匠を討つならば禁軍、すなわち 帝直轄の軍を動かすことになる。大尉羅漢ではなく。
いつまでかりそめの姿で欺き続けるつもりですか、月の君。
Okay. Is this the moment he takes his rightful place?
覚悟を決める時が来たようだ。
Yay! Okay. I'm so excited. The ball is rolling. The ball is rolling. Okay, we're at the part of the season where things just happen very quickly and we get a lot of information all at once. So there's a lot to go off of here, but essentially Lakan and Lahan presented the information. I love that Loman was able to come in and like just so kindly humble Lakan. And like, again, it's just so interesting because I think at the root of this, of course, there's a rebellion and something needs to be done about that. And maybe that would be someone else's problem. But because Maomao is at the center of all of their lives, right? Like Lakan loves her, Loman loves her, Jinshi obviously loves her. He is willing to kind of give up this whole facade that he has put on, take his place as the crown prince, and mobilize an army to stop the rebellion. But not only that, just him opening the plans of the stronghold and like seeing that he is laying eyes on the place that Maomao is literally at right now. Very exciting. Maomao is going to send me over the edge. Like this whole thing where again, you have all of the pieces of the puzzle, you are talking yourself through it. You're like, why would this be so valuable if it was given to me by Jinshi? He can't just be Jinshi. But you know what? I'm not going to think too hard about that right now. It is just like classic Maomao to a T. And this is why you cannot trust anything she says, right? This is kind of the root of her being an unreliable narrator. She's really great at like the facts and the details and the accounts of events and piecing things together, but she's also really good at denial and delusion and like deluding herself away from true facts if it means protecting herself, whether that is her ego, whether that is her best interest in terms of not getting involved in palace drama, but she's really good at that. And it drives me nuts. Again, the Shisui and Shenmei dynamic is very interesting. It is quite sad, like the whole thing with the sisters and one being a servant, and Shisui, the name situation was really, really heartbreaking. This episode did make me kind of like Lolan a little bit more. I don't know, the quick, fast, clever lie she was able to tell to keep Maomao from getting lashed 100 times. So smart. I don't know how this girl is gonna put together an immortality potion in the time that she's given, but maybe Jinshi will come and save her before then, hopefully. But thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out the uncut version of this reaction, it is over on Patreon, so I'll put the link in the description box below if you want to check that out. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another episode of Apothecary Diaries. Bye!